Rocking. Well, it doesn't matter. What was the back? Sorry, Sam. We're out of here. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a Buckeye Cup edition of SammyVision, coming to you live with your host, Sam Chia, here at Chiller North, rink number 2, Lewis Center, Ohio, for the state championships of club hockey here in the state of Ohio. This is game number 1 for your Russellville Warcats varsity hockey team, and they will take on a familiar foe, the Hilliard Wildcats, whom was actually the Warcats' last opponent. And the Warcats played a little shorthanded that day, last week, in suffering a loss to this Hilliard team. They have yet to beat Hilliard, but no better time than today, playing as close as a 5-3 game at one point, a game that the Warcats really looked like they had a great chance to win, but has kind of been their bugaboo this season, giving up some goals late. Ended up costing them that victory against Hilliard earlier in the year. Hilliard having a good season, made it to the finals of the league championship, falling to a Dayton team 6-2. The Dayton team, of course, the class of the league, did not lose any games in league and is the number 1 seed here in this Buckeye Cup tournament. The Warcats, game number 49, about to occur in a few minutes. Coming into this game, 13 wins, 28 losses, and 7 ties. The Warcats, coached by Coach Jordan DeJondo in his final year as the head coach of the Warcats, his 3rd year as a head coach. He spent his first year as a JV assistant, and we wish Coach DeJondo nothing but the best as he moves forward with some business, some personal business interests that he wants to pursue. With him, Coach Tyler Murphy and Coach Caleb Kramer on the bench. The Warcats on this season being led in points by junior number 19, Cedric Collins, 64 points on the year, 30 goals, 34 assists. Cullen Hassel, 41 points on the year with 23 goals and 18 assists. And senior Santos Shali in just 27 games after a lengthy injury, 3rd on the list with 14 goals, 23 assists for 37 points. He's followed by Caleb Busty, 19 goals, 13 assists, 32 points, and Antti Reisinger, the senior captain, 11 goals, 21 assists for 32 points. The Warcats will be led in net today by number 31, Will Carone. He brings in a record of 5 wins, 13 losses, and 3 ties, and an 87% save percentage on the year. The Warcats technically going to be the road team, the away team, wearing their road white uniforms, the black helmets, the black pants, the yellow, red, black trim. And it's been a little bit disappointing year, I think it's fair to say, for the Warcats. Expecting, obviously, more wins. Went through a long stretch through December into January having not being able to find a victory, and I know it took a toll on the team and their mentality, but it's a fresh start here at the beginning of the Buckeye Cup. The Warcats seniors, number 65, Santos Shalia, number 10, Andrew Reisinger, number 18, Alex Snyder, number 2, DJ Bridge, number 5, Bryce Wickizer, number 22, Andrew Pollack. Absent today, number 32, Aiden Mukovitz, number 17, Sean Hunt, and number 37, Alex Scoyne, who I'm not sure if he's in attendance here today either. I know DJ Bridge is in attendance, not playing, suffering that shoulder injury, but here to support his team and has been on the ice to practice with the team in his senior year. We get the sound of the buzzer to end the warm-up, 17-minute period, 17 minutes on the clock. The players skating over their bench, and I believe we're going to get the national anthem before we start. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on SammyVision. Those of you not able to make the game, I'm going to try and bring you all 3 games and any additional games that may happen, depending on how the Warcats play. All of them taking place here at Schiller North over the course of this weekend. Again, this is the first game. The Warcats have 2 games tomorrow, one against North Royalton and one against another familiar foe, the Miami Junior Redhawks. And the Warcats getting ready to start this Buckeye Cup tournament, sending out center number 65 senior Santos Shalia on the left side, Cullen Hassel, the right side, Cedric Cowens. On defense, the seniors, number 18, Alex Snyder, number 10, Andrew Reisinger, and the puck is dropped, and it comes back to Reisinger as the Warcats win that draw. Over to Snyder. Snyder splitting the 2 players for Hilliard, and then taking a shot from distance as he crossed the blue line. In for checking his Shalia. Cycles that puck in behind the net, trying to get it to Cowens. Hilliard comes up with it near side. Number 16 for Hilliard, the captain, chipping it past Reisinger, but picked up by Hassel, who overskates the puck, and it's loose in the corner. Now Reisinger coming up with it. He tried to feed it up the boards to Hassel. Comes back down below the goal line, now out in front. Played away by the Warcats. Alex Snyder up to Cullen Hassel. Hassel dumps it in and heads off for a change. Hilliard keeping their top unit out there. The Warcats getting a change with now David Reisinger, Reed Hinton, and Caleb Bussey. And the puck looked like it came over the blue line, no offsides. The referee badly out of position, the trailing referee. Only 2 referees in this system, and somebody's got to be on those blue lines. And it's not a point that I want to necessarily belabor, but it's been an issue all season. The refereeing has been atrocious. I know the Warcats have brought a lot of that on themselves, but it's been pretty inconsistent, pretty awful. There's a shot by the Warcats. And the Warcats doing a good job of keeping it down in Hilliard's zone, certainly coming out with a pep in their step. Now Sean Hunt on the ice for the first time with Colin Fury. And the third member of that line, Josh Tidd, just getting out. Wickizer with a block. Far side, picked up there by Josh Tidd, who just came on the ice. Sean Hunt now picking up in the neutral zone and sending it in deep. In the forecheck is Tidd. The Warcats changing their defense up. Shalia now out on the ice. Andrew Reisinger also out there. Reisinger picks that puck up at the blue line. Now we have a whistle on a hand pass. And so we're going to get a face-off outside the zone. just outside the blue line. Referees Hoyle and Efland, as assigned by the Buckeye Cup Committee. And so the first line back out there again for the Warcats, it's Collins, Hassel, Shalia. Reisinger and Snyder on defense. Comes to Shalia, leaves it there for Hassel. Shot save made. Good feed there by Shalia out to Hassel in the high slot. Pad saved by the goaltender for Hilliard. Hilliard played both goaltenders to get them some work last week against the Warcats. And they both did a pretty good job. Again, the Warcats didn't manage a lot of offense, only one goal last weekend. Picked up there by Hassel. He was one of the players that was out last weekend. Of course, that's a lot of offense out when Hassel's not in. It's Collins from the corner, shoveling it up to Hassel, who pitchforks it to the neutral zone. Hilliard from center ice sends that puck in. It was deflected. The near side referee was actually going to call it icing. Playing, so if that gives you any indication of maybe the tight calls we'll see here, as Collins puts a floater onto the goaltender who hangs on. I thought the Hilliard player was at least close enough to the red line, and immediately the referee put his arm up, but it was tipped on its way in, and so icing was waved off. David Reisinger coming out with Hinton, Bussey, Sheely, and Owen Hood on defense. That puck from below the goal line, trying to get it out in front was Bussey. It comes to the far side. Owen Hood tries to spin around, keep it in the zone. Bouncing puck, Hinton chops at it. Below the goal line, Bussey tries to feed it out in front. It's the side of the net, comes near side. Now the near side corner played there by the Hilliard player. Number 38 comes up with it behind his own net, far side. Backhands it up and out of the zone for Hilliard. Picked up by Owen Hood. He spins around and gets it right back in to Hilliard's zone. David Reisinger from the point shoots that puck over the net. And a goal scored! Caleb Bussey picking that puck off the end boards after a crazy shot by David Reisinger. So Bussey going to get the goal, and David Reisinger with the assist, and the Warcats take a 1-0 lead. Exactly the start that the Warcats wanted. Now Shalia, Collins, and Hassel come out. Shalia with it from his own blue line, sends it up. Looking for Collins, a little too far, comes to Hilliard's defense. Now near side, off the boards, chip down into the Warcat zone where Reisinger comes up with it. He plays it in behind his net to Alex Snyder. Up along the boards to Collins. Collins has his pocket picked and then runs into the Hilliard player. Coming back in is Andrew Reisinger, and now over to Snyder. Snyder sends it up ahead to Collins. Collins trying to flip it up to Hassel. Ends up hitting the Hilliard player in the mask with that puck. Shalia dumps it in and gives chase, but the Warcats making a couple changes in behind the play. Josh Tidd trying to forecheck that. Now a Hilliard player gets behind the defense, but Andrew Reisinger very neatly plays that away from number 10, Stevens, for Hilliard. Now Hilliard trying to bring it over the blue line. And dancing all the way across the blue line with the Hilliard player, he eventually has to dump it in. Andrew Reisinger and Alex Snyder, the two defenders, have been out there for a while. And this is going to be iced by Hilliard, and they'll give a chance for the Warcats to put two fresh D out there. 1-0, under 12 minutes to play first period. The Warcats on the board first. A goal by Caleb Bussey. And so the coach is rewarding them by throwing that line back out. Hinton, Bussey, and David Reisinger, with Nixon and Wickizer, the defenders. Nixon backhands it up along near side. Reisinger plays it in the rest of the way, now gives chase. Hilliard back to retrieve. Around the boards, played there by Bussey, and now Hilliard comes out of the zone with speed on the far side. Dumping it in, Chase Nixon to the puck. Nixon behind his own net. Backhands it up, near side to Hinton. Hinton then softly sends it up off the boards and maybe trying to chip it up to David Reisinger, but it had no chance. Now number 73 for Hilliard trying to strong move towards the net, but played away from the net by both David Reisinger and Chase Nixon. Now a deflected puck goes down low. David Rising got his stick on there, goes into the corner. Wickizer sends it around the board. Lee Hinton is waiting for it. Hinton sends it back around the board. The Warcats have trouble getting that puck off the board sometimes. Bussy ends up sending it right out of the zone. David Reisinger gives way to Santos Shalia now. Back out on the ice. Wickizer backhands it behind his own goal up to Nixon. Nixon, a soft pass, maybe didn't get much on that. Trying to get it to Hinton, and then Hinton to Shalia. Stolen away by Hilliard. Softly sent on to Will Carone. 1-0. Warcats leading on the strength of a Caleb Bussy goal. 10:34 remaining first period. Puck comes loose. Ian Sheely to it. Sheely saucers it up to the blue line, right to a Hilliard player. And then a good play for Sheely to get back and play that away from his goaltender. It comes up to Cowan's long shot, save made. Rebound goes into the corner. Around the boards it comes. Up towards the blue line where Sheely keeps it in. Hassel then cycles it behind the net for Collins. Collins leaving it there for Shalia. Played away by a Hilliard player and then out of the zone. Cross-ice speed hits nobody. Owen Hood sends it back near side. Chopped away by Sheely. Good play there. Sheely then sends it in deep, and the Warcats make a couple more changes. Up to played by Reisinger at the red line, but the change had not finished being made. And I think we're going to get too many players on the ice for the Warcats. Much to dismay. That's a tight call there. But Reisinger played the puck prior to the change being completed, and you see who the coaches put. They put Sean Hunt in the box for too many men. And this is certainly not something the Warcats need. All season long, they've been killing. I mean, they certainly have plenty of practice at it, but they've been killing penalties at a crazy rate. Almost 900 minutes of team penalties on the season for the Warcats this year. So Hilliard on the power play. It's the first penalty of the game. And Hilliard trying to set something up, bringing it over to blue line. There's a shot. Save made there by Will Carone. And the puck goes up in their netting and out of play. Warcats want to keep momentum, so big kill here. Shalia steps in to take the face-off. Hilliard wins it back to their point. Now a centering feed, top of the point. Downside, right side. Hey, that's a save made by Will Carone. He hangs on for the whistle. An absolute super save and a save on the rebound attempt, too. And Hilliard thought they had something cooking there. Now Bussy going to come in and replace Shalia at the face-off dot. One cleanly, though, made no difference. One cleanly there by Hilliard. Back up. Top of that point. Now fed down low. Hit away by the Warcats and then floated out of the zone by Bussy. The Warcats now getting Hassel out on the ice. Sheely and Snyder still out there. Hilliard coming over that blue line with speed, blocked partially there by Sheely, in behind that goal line. The Hilliard player keeps it or picks it up, and we're going to have a penalty here on the Warcats. Are going to go down 5-on-3 because of maybe cross check in front of the net. And this really changes the nature of how this first period is going here. Wow. There are two players down low jostling for position. And the call comes against the Warcats. Boy, oh boy, these penalties. And it looks like it's Chase Nixon who was trying to clear the crease.
They called it on Will Carone.
It's actually going to be Will Carone, the goaltender, getting his second penalty of the year as he's trying to get some space there in the blue paint. And wow, now it's 5-on-3. And an opportunity, obviously, for Hilliard. So Shalia, Sheely, and Hassel, the three defenders out there, 5 skaters for Hilliard. They send it down low near side. Now cross ice, and Shalia with an active stick gets to it and then able to send it out of the zone on a second effort. 30 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. And that's what you got to do is get the sticks in the passing lanes. And Hilliard taking a little time setting up in their own zone, now coming out into the Warcats zone over that blue line. Now feeding it down low over the stick of number 93. Back up top. Now back down low towards the bottom of that faceoff circle near side. Cross ice speed. Looking for Stevens, and again cleared by Shalia. And that will effectively end the first penalty as Hunt gets out onto the ice. And so now it's Collins picking off that pass. Collins trying to wind up and get something going and smartly sends it in behind the goaltender for Hilliard. 50 seconds remaining on now the 5-on-4 advantage for Hilliard. They dump the puck in. Andrew Rising there trying to get to it, but Hilliard to it first. Hilliard setting up far corner, now sending it up the half wall. Far side now up to the top of the point. Near side along that half wall. Number 12, he hits the post. Will Crone did not see that whatsoever. A lot of bodies in front. Number 12 now, he winds up, and it's glove saved by Will Crone as it was going wide. But Will sticking out the big glove and hanging on. 25 seconds remaining on the man advantage. And we're going to get our first look at Nicholas Crone. I believe this is his first ice time of the game. Bussy and Shalia out there as the forwards. Shalia steps in to take the face off. Hilliard winning it to the side wall, now back to the point, now to the half wall. Comes back up to the right point, sending it down to the left side. Shot save made by Will Colon, and chopping at it, a Hilliard player as the Warcats come in to clear that nonsense. 15 seconds remaining, man advantage. Both teams staying pat with the players they have out there. Shalia steps in to take another face-off. Referee waiting for Hilliard to get into position. Really could just wave that center out. He's pretty patient, waiting to drop that puck. Now down low, backhand goal scored. And Hilliard played that puck down in front of Will Ferone very smartly. And Jackson Gillespie, number 13 for Hilliard, is able to backhand that in just beyond the pads of Will Ferone. This game is tied up. Again, I said I wouldn't belabor it, but absolutely influenced by the referee's call right there, that goal. And the Warcats spending a lot of time trying to kill off those penalties. And finally coming down to the end of that second penalty, Hilliard was able to get the goal. So we're tied at 1. A lot of game left to play, 6.5 to go in the first period. Hilliard now coming back into the Warcats zone. Taken away there by Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger dancing his way through a couple players. Gets the puck back from Josh Tibbs. Andrew Reisinger still had it and then sent it in deep. And the Warcats, not quite the exact same intensity they started the game with, but a lot of that having to do with killing off back-to-back penalties, of course. Now high off the glass, a crazy bounce comes out of the zone. Back checking is Reed Hinton. Reed Hinton doing a great job of riding that Hilliard player all the way into the end board. That's a great play by Reed Hinton. Now high off the glass, Andrew Isaac is going to ice the puck, and the Warcats are going to be able to make a line change here. The Hilliard player thought he had a step and thought he was going to power around Reed Hinton. Reed Hinton was having none of it. David Reisinger, he steps in to take the face-off against Stevens, number 10 for Hilliard. Won by Reisinger. Around the boards it comes. Bussy to it. Bussy pinning it against the boards, looking for help. David Reisinger gets it up to the blue line again. The referee badly out of position. Not sure if that came over the blue line or not, but sure the referee wasn't able to see that either. Bouncing puck, loose comes to David Reisinger. Reisinger now able to gain the red line, so he dumps it in. 5.5 to play, first period. Bussy from the corner, tried to send it back over to Reisinger. Goes to the far wall and then out of the zone. Chase Nixon to it. Nixon dumps it back in. The Warcats back into the zone. Far side, high off the glass, batted down by Sean Hunt, and then we're going to have a glove to head as Bussy's helmet comes off. Caleb Bussy, the goal scorer, his helmet comes off just as that puck was touched on the glove, the hand pass, I guess is a better way of putting it. And the Warcats going to get a face-off just outside Hilliard's zone, sending out Collins, Hassel, and Shalia with Sheely and Hood, your blue liners. Stepping in to take it is Shalia. He wins it to Hood. Over to Sheely. Sheely, cross-ice speed up to Collins. Collins, a little bit of room, tries to centering feed to Shalia. Backhands it down. The Hassel save made there by the goaltender. Good pass by Shalia on the backhand. And Hassel getting a shot on the goaltender. Now played away from that Hilliard player at the blue line by Sheely. Good work there by Sheely. Hassel over to Ian Sheely. Ian Sheely over to Hassel. Hassel from his skate to his stick. Tries to send it to Shalia, who was in the neutral zone. It comes back to Hassel. And then Hassel gets it far side to Collins. Collins has a bounce over the stick, but then stays with it and bounces it into the zone. Giving chase now is Collins on the forecheck. Shalia wide open in front, but Collins trying to get by two Hilliard players from the corner. It comes free. Shalia gets it behind the goal line. Shalia skating with it, then tries to feed it out in front, and is checked off the puck and falls over a Hilliard player in behind the play. Hilliard coming back the other way now. There's a shot. It deflected, and Will Carone looking behind him, but it hit his pads and then the side of the net and went in below that goal line. Collins trying to force that puck up the board. Now a bouncing puck comes out of the zone by Wheaton Hinton. Aiden Whaley getting his first action and gives the puck up there to Hilliard. Hilliard now trying to dance around a couple defenders. Gets it in behind the Warcats goal line. Sent back in now around the boards. Caleb Bussy do it. Bussy looking to get it out of the zone, but met immediately there by a Hilliard player. Body slams him to the ice. No call there. David Reisinger behind his own net. Sends it off the boards up to Bussy. Again, the Warcats trying to muscle the puck across those boards or down the far boards, and Hilliard doing a pretty good job of pinning it against the boards and not letting it happen. We're going to get an icing call, kind of maybe a mistaken icing call. Thought maybe a player had gotten a tip on that on its way down, but nonetheless, the puck comes back down into the Warcat zone, and coaches decide to put out Fury, Tidd, and Sean Hunt as the forwards, with Nixon and Wickheiser defending. Hilliard coming up with that puck, a shot from the blue line, save made, now trying to clear it out of the Warcats. Hilliard another shot, top of the point, save made by Will Carone. 3:10 remaining first period. Game tied. The Warcats getting the first goal when Caleb Bussy. Hilliard tying the game up on a power play goal. Face-off won by Hilliard and then taken away by Josh Tidd. Tidd through the neutral zone. Bringing it near side. Tidd now trying to get around the defender on the backhand. As it chopped away from his stick, it goes in behind the goal line. Sean Hunt to it. Hunt then tries to cycle it behind the net. And the puck, I believe, went out of play. And the face-off is going to come outside the zone with just under 3 minutes to play. Shalia, Hassel, and Collins. This line has got to get something cooking. Shalia winning the face-off. Collins trying to chip it ahead. Taken away by Hilliard. Now back to Hassel, who backhands it into Hilliard's zone. Hilliard sending that puck up to the blue line. Now a streaking Hilliard player on the left side. Owen Hood able to get back and poke it into the corner. And Hood has a player draped all over him. That's number 93 for Hilliard, picked up by Shalia. Shalia sends it up to Hassel. Hassel, 1-on-2 by himself, trying to play it away from the Hilliard defender. Hassel does get it back. A strong move to the net and tries to stuff it in the inside. Gets it back, comes to the blue line to Sheely. Sheely winds up. That shot goes deflected just wide of the net. Collins now comes up with the loose puck. Collins turns around. There's a shot, fairly weak shot, easy save there by the goaltender Shalia from the corner now. He tried to poke it ahead to Sheely. Looked like it kind of, his stick got caught up against the boards, and now Hilliard coming back the other way, and they shoot the puck over the net. And the referee saying it was tipped, so they're going to get face-off inside the zone. I thought he just shot that up into the netting.
That was not a tip fuck.
And so again, some questionable referee calls, but the face-off inside the Warcat zone. Hinton, David Reisinger, Caleb Bussey out there. And Hinton thought he had a beat on the defenseman. The defenseman was able to get the puck around him and keep it in the zone. Now alongside the near side boards. Hinton having trouble getting that puck away from the boards. You got a Hilliard player draped all over him. Absolutely no call. Drugged down to the ice. Tackled down to the ice. No call by either of the referees. And now it's starting to get really questionable. Unbelievable. The only two penalties so far called on the Warcats. Hilliard, nothing. Even on a blatant hold, the player's behind Hinton who had the puck and wrapped his stick around and brought him to the ice. Back to the action. Hilliard leading that puck near side corner. Poking at it with Snyder. It comes free to Reisinger. Reisinger spins around, finds the puck at his feet, brings it up, and then cycles it back in behind his net to Snyder. 1 minute to play, first period of a tie game. Long stretch pass up to Bussey on the far side. Bussey gets it in, then sends it through the blue paint. But nobody there except for a Hilliard player who let it go all the way through. Kept in by Reisinger at the blue line. Now played out by Hilliard. Reisinger back to that puck. Leaves it right at the faceoff dot. But both teams making changes. Hassel gets a pass from Shalia just a little too far. Hassel was spinning around trying to get to it. Had a chance to maybe spring them free. And we have icing here on Hilliard if the referee sees it. And indeed, he made the correct call that time. So 26.9 seconds, and the Warcats are going to get an offensive zone face-off and see if Shalia could win this and maybe send some shots towards Hilliard. They're trying to set something up. They're trying to get Cowens to get in behind him for the face-off. It does come to Hassel through traffic, save made by the goaltender who did not see it till the last minute. Sneaky shot by Hassel, big rebound, but nobody there to get it. Cowens was tied up as he was trying to go for it. Still stays in Hilliard's zone. Shalia was in front of the net, tied up with his man. Hilliard comes away with it. Now sending it near side, all the way down into the Warcat zone, picked up by Nixon, 5 seconds remaining. Nixon, below his own goal line, gives it away. Save made by Will Carone. What in the world is Chase Nixon doing? 5 seconds. Should have just stood there behind his net probably and let the clock run out. Nothing good can come from trying to make the pass there. But Will Carone bails his team out, as he's done time and time again, and we have a 1-1 game at the end of one. 8 shots on goal for the Warcats. 10 shots for Hilliard. The Warcats definitely were the early aggressors of that period, taking it to Hilliard and, in fact, taking the lead. And then the penalties came. And it changed a little bit of the nature of how that first period went. But again, the Warcats still should feel good about themselves. They're doing a lot of good things, and they need to stick with it. And so the Warcats are going to start the second period with Colin Fury, Josh Tidd, Sean Hunt, Owen Hood, and Ian Shealy. And it is Josh Tidd with the puck, save made there. And Hunt with the follow-up, just missing the far side. Hilliard able to bring it out of the zone. Number 93, shot looking for the corner, and a good save, stick side save made there by Will Carone. Owen Hood with the puck and backhands it to a Hilliard player. There's nobody there but blue jersey. He backhanded up to the blue line right to one of those blue jerseys. Maybe he was expecting the winger to cut across and get there. Nonetheless, Hilliard able to keep it in the zone. Now Owen Hood with it. Around the boards it comes. Ian Sheely trying to get to it. He sends it right up to the point where a Hilliard player sends it off of Colin Fury's shin guard. And now here comes Hilliard the other way again. Drop pass there for number 16. Shot. Deflect down low. And Hilliard again able to keep that in. That deflected shot goes in below the goal line. Behind the Warcats net. It leaks out in front. And Sean Hunt comes away with it. Hunt able to get it out of the zone. And then a cross ice feed. Josh Kidd trying to get to it. And again, the Warcats close to having too many players on the ice. Colin Fury coming off as David Reisinger was coming on. No icing as it was touched there or played there by Ian Sheely. Now behind the play, Shalia, Hunt still out there at the end of this long shift, being caught at the far side of the ice on the long change here in the second period. Owen Hood feeds it up. It comes off the Shalia stick and then a shot that goes nowhere near the net by Hilliard. David Reisinger trying to get to that puck along the near side. He chops it to the neutral zone. Taken away again by David Reisinger as Hilliard tried to send it back in. Now a change by Hunt and Hilliard coming back the other way. And Sheely and Hood have been out there an enormously long time, but the second period is a long change, and the puck's been down in their end. Now Reisinger trying to get free. No call again as he was tied up, skating away from the Hilliard player. That puck sent in. Icing waved off. The trail official was going to call it icing. It was chopped away. It's just, well, it is what it is, right? Hilliard sending the puck off the near side, trying to get number 91 in a foot race with Andrew Reisinger. But it was Andrew Reisinger able to keep it to the corner. Now trying to get Will Carone off of his post. The Hilliard player walking out in front. Near side, picked up again by the Hilliard player. Glove save. Will Carone hangs on. 14-13 remaining of the second period. And after a pretty decent first shift by the Warcats in the second period, there's been a lot of Hilliard since. Bussey, Hinton, and Tibb out there. Andrew Reisinger and Alex Snyder, the defenders. And it's Andrew Reisinger behind the net, up to Hinton. Hinton gives it away to a Hilliard player, and that shot goes just wide of the net. And the turnovers in their own zone are starting to mount up. And so far, the Warcats have been bailed out by either errant shots or good saves. Another save there by Will Carone. But living dangerously, giving the puck away in your own zone there. Coach is now going to send out a different combination. We haven't seen Cedric Cowens this period. He's being attended to by one of the coaches, it looks like, on the bench.
Helmet is broke.
Maybe an equipment issue of some kind. So the combinations have been a little different. Now it's Shalia Fury and David Reisinger. That puck goes below the goal line. Out to the far corner. Snyder gets it. Chipped up ahead by Reisinger, and Hilliard sends it back in. Icing waved off. Not quite sure. Fury comes up with the puck. Trying to feed it up to Reisinger. Now Reisinger catches the defenseman falling down. Reisinger to that puck. Here's a shot, save made. Rebound attempt at the side of the net. Now David Reisinger trying to get to it. It comes loose to the neutral zone with Bryce Wickeiser. Retreats. Wickeiser and sends it up to Shalia on the right side. Shalia winds up. Shot save made. Rebound attempt. Nobody there, though. And so the goaltender able to hang on. And the referee coming over to the scores table, I think it was, to say whatever piece he had to say. But as it is, we're going to have a face-off inside Hilliard zone with Reed Hinton leaning in to take it. Hinton trying to win it to the side. Bussey poking at it. The Warcats not able to come up with it. Hilliard out of the zone. Now Hilliard bringing it across the line. Number 16 for Hilliard has it poked away from him. Now number 12 picks it up, shot, goes good. And I just saw trouble there. Hilliard takes the lead, 2-1. But the Warcats not out of it. It is a 2-1 game. Heads have to be held high.
Come on, boys, get it back!
Still doing a lot of good things. I'm not sure if being the away team and Hilliard being able to put out the last change has affected the choices of the lines. And here's Cedric Collins is out there. Shalia winning the faceoff for Collins and taken away immediately by a Hilliard player. But definitely there was a bit of a mismatch there with who was on offense for Hilliard and who was on defense. But although that's the same, you're seeing that out here still, though. So the same defensive pairing is still out there. Collins with the puck now on the right side. Collins brings it in now below the goal line. Collins still on that puck. It's played away from him as it hits the bottom of the dasher boards. Must be a little bit rough as the puck seems to be getting stuck there. And now Hilliard trying to get to a 2-on-1. Good play by Wickheiser to play it away. And then a cross-ice feed, just missing Shalia. Sent in by Hilliard. In deep now, Chase Nixon up to Collins. A little too far for Collins from the point. Not getting a lot on that was the Hilliard player, and Wickheiser were able to flip it up to Collins out of the zone. Collins to Shalia. And then Hassel's brought down to the ice. Shalia with the puck trying to take advantage of it as the Hilliard players were standing around watching the penalty. Shalia with some speed, bringing it around the boards, and now as Hilliard touches it up, they're going to get assessed a high sticking penalty as Cullen Hassel was hauled down to the ice. And unbelievable as it might be, Hilliard finally being assessed a penalty. Number 40 going to the box for high sticking. 11:27 remaining in the second period. Hilliard leading this game 2-1, and it's the first power play opportunity for the Warcats. They're going to start it with Reisinger, Bussey,
Rip, you don't do that!
and Hinton.
No! Boys, you
Snyder and Andrew Reisinger. It comes back to Snyder. Snyder at the point. Snyder sends it down the half wall to Bussey. Bussey trying to cross-ice feed. Hilliard picks that off and sends it down the ice. Snyder back to get the puck, being left there behind the net by Will Carone. Snyder to Bussey. Bussey across to Hinton, and I'm not sure that play needed to be made with escape. Nonetheless, Warcats are able to get it deep into Hilliard's zone. Now on the forecheck is Bussey. He kind of overskates his man a little bit, and Hilliard sends that puck way out of play. And the faceoff should come inside Hilliard's zone. 35 seconds have come off the clock on this power play for the Warcats. Sending out the next unit now, Shalia, Hassel, and Collins. They're going to leave Snyder and Reisinger out at the blue line, which I think is a good choice by the coaches here. Although Hood and Sheely also a good pairing on the power play as well. Shalia wins it to Collins. Collins back to Reisinger to Collins along that half wall down low to Shalia. Shalia trying to return feed to Collins. A little give and go, and Hilliard able to pick that off and get it down into the Warcat zone. Leaving there was Will Carone for Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger up to Hassel. Hassel now skating with it. Hassel over the blue line. Hassel still with the puck. Hassel trying to get around the defender. Backhand feed. And Collins, I'm not sure if that got all the way to the goal or not, but Collins trying to stuff it home. Reisinger now with it. Reisinger spinning away from the man now over to Snyder. Snyder down low to Shalia. Shalia back to Snyder. Shot. Save made, rebound attempt. As Snyder was trying to stuff it in there, now comes back to Reisinger. Reisinger over the to Snyder, and then it comes back to Reisinger over the blue line. Reisinger has to retreat. Now Reisinger brings it back in the zone on sides, just barely. Reisinger still with it, sends it up to the right point to Hassel. Hassel, top of the faceoff circle, sends it cross ice. He's looking for a pass there, maybe to Collins. Collins gets it back to Reisinger. Reisinger down to Collins on the half wall. Collins patiently waiting for it around the wall. Collins Gets around one man. Now Collins below that goal line. Coming out the far side. Trying to feed it out in front. Hilliard able to come up with it. Collins falling down to the ice, pinning it against the boards to keep it in. The penalty has now expired. Both teams skating at full strength, but the Warcats still in possession of it. Collins sends it down to Hassel. Cross ice speed. That puck played up along the boards. Trying to keep it in is Snyder. He does. Spinning around is Sheely to keep it in. Sheely now comes to it. There's a slap shot save made by the goaltender. And the Warcats are going to make their line changes complete now. Sending out Hinton, Reisinger, and Bussey, Sheely and Hood. The defenders, both teams now skating at even strength. 9 minutes to go in the second period. Hilliard leading this game 2-1. Hilliard sends that puck in from center ice. Owen Hood back to get it. Owen Hood with the puck. Trying to feed it to Bussey off that wall, and the breakouts are killing the Warcats. Not too many clean breakouts. They had time and space to do it. Now loose puck. Hilliard trying to get something towards the net. It was blocked there maybe by Hinton. Now from the point, that shot. Again blocked down low. Save made at the side of the net by Perone. Hilliard now putting a lot of pressure on the Warcats. Down just above the far corner. Hood playing his man into that corner. Now puck pinned up against the boards. Trying to dig it out is Hood. Reiser came over to help. Skating out on the ice. That shot goes just wide of the net. Hits off those end boards to the side of the net and then kept there by Will Carone. And number 91 just going nuts right now for Hilliard. He takes Owen Hood's stick out of his hand, throws it against the wall, and no penalty is called. Takes the stick out of Owen Hood's hand, throws
It's
it
like a scored penalty. Come on.
against the board. No call. I'm just going to point that out. Okay, resetting it is Colin Fury out there with Josh Tidd, and I believe Sean Hunt, the other forward. Ian Sheely and Owen Hood staying out there as defenders. Hilliard now from below the goal line trying to feed something out in front. Skating with that puck. Now comes near side to the point. Number 12 who scored the last goal. Trying to feed it down low. Hilliard able to keep it in. That puck goes nowhere near the net. Actually in behind the net and out the far side. Two Hilliard players almost looked like they were fighting for it. Coming in to get a piece of that was Josh Tidd. Now Tidd comes up with the puck and trying to use some speed on the left side. He's got Sean Hunt coming into the play too. Puck played away from Tidd and then Fury able to get it in deep. Nixon off of Fury's stick, taken away by Hilliard, who's trying to come back the other way with speed. Hilliard able to dump that puck in. Around the board that goes Bryce Wickizer, the senior, number 5. Has it played away from him from the corner, and then a loose puck comes right out in front of the net and played away by Chase Nixon. And back in behind the Warcats net. 7 minutes remaining, second period. Pumped down the ice by the Warcats. Not enough steam on that for icing. The Warcats going to try and make some changes, and Hilliard trying to catch them in those changes. There's a shot again, nowhere near the net and actually out of play, and it's going to come outside the zone. This time the referee getting that one correctly. 1 out of every 5, maybe. So Shalia, Collins, and Hassel out there. Chase Nixon, Bryce Wickizer are still out there as well. Shalia steps in to take the face-off. Puck is down. Shalia wins it. Wickizer, a hard pass over to Hassel. Hassel then gets it back to Nixon. Nixon over to Wickizer, and the Warcats playing dangerously behind their own net, and we're going to have a penalty here. Cedric Collins was hit from behind by Sam Dillio. The referee actually saw it and called it. Shalia trying to step away from the Hilliard player below the goal line as Will Crone was able to make his way to the bench for the extra skater. But regardless, the Warcats are going to run a power play, and the referee is now discussing whether that's a hit from behind, which carries with it a misconduct. And they will not make a signal, which means it probably is just a 2-minute penalty. And little too weak to make that call, I guess. It sure looked like a hit from behind. I guess they must have just called it a cross check. Warcats now back on the power play. Got to make something happen here. They're going to have Shalia, Hassel, Collins out there again with Snyder and Reisinger. Some of the leading scorers of the team out there. Hassel off the boards, a little too far for Collins. Maybe trying a little too fancy there. Good play by Snyder, though, to cut that puck off as it was coming back into the zone. Collins now from his own blue line, retreats and sends it up to Snyder. Snyder skating with it now, brings it in on the right side. Snyder with a little bit of room, brings it in deep. Snyder in below that goal line. Behind the net, Snyder still with it. Snyder still skating, leaves it there along the half wall for Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger now skating it back up towards the point at the blue line. Reisinger winds up, shot, save made. And Hilliard able to clear the rebound down the ice. Jerome leaving it there at the goal line. Snyder picking the puck up. Far side to Reisinger. Reisinger cross-side speed to Hassel. Hassel picking that puck up with speed in stride, trying to get around Hilliard. Hassel then trying to feed it out in front. Puck comes free and then back to Hassel. Hassel curls around and looking to get it down to Snyder. Boy, if that would have hit Snyder's tape, he would have had a good look at a shot there. That puck comes free to Hilliard. They send the puck back down the ice. And the Warcats may use this time to make a couple changes. Instead, Cowan stays out there, now feeds it up to David Reisinger. Reisinger trying to get around the defender. It's played away from Reisinger. Now back to Reisinger. He gets it down to Hinton. Back to Bussey. Bussey with the shot. That goes just wide of the net. And now Hilliard able to clear the zone with 13 seconds remaining on the man advantage. And the Warcats have got to get more players in there to get that puck out. Another issue they have is not digging the pucks out on the forecheck, and the penalty is now over, even strength. And what's more, Hilliard had control in the Warcat zone. Near corner now, picked up by Andrew Reisinger, who's been out there for the entire length of that power play and then some. The puck comes right onto the Hilliard goaltender, and the Warcats now finally able to make that change on defense, getting Sheely and Hood out there. Hilliard bringing the puck over to blue line. Bussey able to step up on the play and swipe that puck free and back out of the zone. Owen Hood under 4 minutes from here below his own goal line. Owen Hood up to Bussey. There's a good breakout. Bussey played that well. Bussey brings it over the blue line. That shot save made by the goaltender. Nobody else there to fill for the rebound. And to be fair, the Warcats making a change. Josh Tidd trying to get to that puck. But Hilliard coming back the other way. Loose puck out in front. Now bouncing around, and it comes to Josh Tidd. Tidd up on the left side. Tidd trying to get past the defender. To the backhand, slides it to the blue paint, and steered aside by Hilliard. Comes near side. Bryce Wickheiser winds up. Doesn't get a whole lot on that shot, and it's cleared by Hilliard down the ice. And icing is going to be assessed to Hilliard. Face-off going to come back down into Hilliard's zone. And we'll see if the Warcats use this offensive zone face-off as a chance to get something set up. They are indeed going to send out Shalia, Hassel, and Collins. It's going to be Nixon and Wickheiser, the defenders. Shalia stepping in to take the face-off, slowly making his way there. And he had that one back. It hit the referee's skate. It was going to go right to Collins, hit the referee's skate, and Hilliard able to clear the zone. Hilliard with the puck, the captain, number 16. He feeds it to the point. There's a shot through traffic, deflected by his own player. Goal scored by Chase Nixon, I think. Got to give that goal to Chase Nixon. Of course, he's on the Warcats, and we're going to credit that to somebody, obviously, on Hilliard. But you could just see that from our angle the whole way. Just a soft shot from the point through a lot of traffic.
Come on, boys, one at a
Tough.
time.
Tough break. And now Nixon and Wickheiser both go to a -2 for the game. Stolen away now by Hilliard again, number 93, fresh out of the box. Here's a shot save made by Will Carone. Boy, Hilliard getting some opportunities here. I think the coaches have seen enough of that line. And they're going to send out the only line that has scored for the Warcats so far. It's going to be Bussey, Hinton, and Reisinger. With Andrew Reisinger and Nicholas Crone on defense. There's a shot save made both ways. And maybe the floodgates are open. The initial save made, and then the puck just sat there. Will Crone didn't know where it was, and a Hilliard player able to get in behind. And now it's 4-1, just like that, in a blink of an eye. And the Warcats in danger of having this game get away from them. My, oh my. And you see the difference. There have been rebounds on the other side for the Warcats that they haven't gotten to. And Hilliard eating that rebound up. No problem whatsoever. Puck comes down into the Warcat zone. Nicholas Crone back to get it. He gives it away. Shot save made by Will Carone. Again, just bailing out the Warcats on the turnover in their own zone. Just rough going. Another shot. Save made. Full score. Except there's no help at all. No help at all for Will Carone. I almost feel bad for the guy. Three goals in the matter of 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes probably. Actually, I'd say 3 goals in probably a minute and a half even. In a minute. I don't have the exact time on that, but those were quick. And it's 5-1. And the scorekeeper trying to get the attention of the referee. And now the Warcats crowd getting a little bit restless. Pretty good game played by the Warcats for about 27 minutes. But you certainly got their work cut out for them now. That's sent up to Collins at the side net. He's tied up and couldn't get his stick on it. And then he's tripped on the ice. There will be a call against Hilliard here. 1:03 remaining in the second period as Collins was tripped down to the ice. Warcats' power play has been a little bit silent. Tripping now on Sawicki, number 51. And so Warcats back to the power play at the end of the second period. And a goal here could be huge. A goal here could see some momentum back. Again, if nothing else, the message is, look, you played with these guys for about half the game. We got to really bring the pressure. Here comes the Cullen Hassel along that far half wall. Hassel trying to set up. He gets it down to the corner to Shalia. Shalia now trading places with Hassel. Shalia sends it over to Snyder. Snyder with a shot through traffic. Don't think that got all the way through. It was blocked and then sent out of the zone by Hilliard. 40 seconds remaining. Second period. Warcats on a power play. Andrew Reisinger with number 10, Stevens, draped all over him in his own zone. A little interference run there by Snyder behind the play. Reisinger able to get away now into Hilliard's zone. Reisinger splitting the defense. Reisinger to the backhand. Now in behind the goal line. Reisinger still with it. Andrew Reisinger, the captain. Cross-ice feed. Crazy. Not sure anybody could handle that one. Snyder with that puck. Now Snyder trying to feed something out in front. He gets it back from the corner, back to Hassel. Hassel at the point, winds up shot. Save made, rebound attempt. Trying to get to it. It comes down in front, chopping at it. And there's the whistle to end the first period of play as the Warcats making a mad scramble in front of the Hilliard goaltender to get something. But Warcats shut out that second period and seeing 4 goals scored by Hilliard that period. And that is the difference in the game. At the end of one, it was 1-1. At the end of two, it is now 5-1 Hilliard. 9 shots on goal for the Warcats that period. 12 shots for Hilliard that period. And the Warcats trailing after two, now 5-1 after 2 full periods of play. We're going to have a brief intermission here as they resurface the ice in between this. In between the second and third period. And now they're running off the penalty that should still be on the clock. And seems to be no mention at all that the clock is still running. But the Warcats should be on the power play for another 56 seconds. So we're going to take a little break here on SammyVision. And we'll be back for the third period of the first game of the Buckeye Cup between the Warcats and the Hilliard Wildcats. We're back here for the start of the third period. Again, the first game of the Buckeye Cup State Tournament for club hockey. The Warcats playing the Hilliard Wildcats and down 5-1 to start this third period. Eventually, the referees have decided to show up, and we assume we'll put the nets in place where they belong. 17 minutes to go in this game. The Warcats are going to start this third period on the power play for 57 seconds. Hilliard scoring 4 goals in the second period. 5 unanswered total after the Warcats had the first goal of the game. Caleb Bussey lighting the lamp early in that first period. And the Warcats had to kill off a 5-on-3. They killed off the first penalty, and just as they were getting ready to have that entire 2-penalty problem go away, it was near the end of that second penalty that Hilliard scored to tie the game up, and it's been all Hilliard since. The Warcats sending out Shalia, Hassel, and Cowan. Shalia winning the faceoff to Snyder, and Andrew Reisinger is also back on defense for this power play. Reisinger brings the puck over the line and then pulls up on the half wall, leaving it to Cowan. Cowan's hard off the boards to Reisinger. And these passes, whether they're nervous passes or what, just not connecting for the Warcats. And now Hilliard with numbers coming out of the Warcat zone. And Hassel maybe getting away with an interference near center ice to prevent Hilliard from bringing that puck in any further. Cowan, he fans on try, picked his head up and fanned on the pass. Able to get it back now to Snyder. Snyder over the blue line. Snyder along that half wall. Snyder getting it in deep now below the goal line. Still Snyder with the puck. Still with it. Now sending up to the blue line, or trying to send to the blue line. Taken away by Hilliard, and that will pretty much end this power play for the Warcats. Long lead pass, Shalia up to Cowan. Cowan winds up and hits the post. Didn't miss by much, but both teams are skating at full strength. Hilliard bringing the puck over to Warcat zone. Drop pass. Kept in there by number 40 for Hilliard. He's trying to get the return speed. Hinton up to play it away. Owen Hood now chopping at that puck from the corner. Ian Sheely to the backhand. Now spins around and loses the puck. It comes far side. Owen Hood beating it up. Conwin's still out there, able to deflect it over the blue line. And since he's right in front of his own bench, he's going to take that time to make the change. Slap shot by Gillespie, who has scored a goal earlier. Goes nowhere near the net, and in fact hits the dasher boards and goes into the netting and out of play. (15:19) remaining. Third period. Faceoff comes outside the Warcat zone. David Reisinger leaning in to take it. Reisinger, Bussey, and Hinton. This is the line that was responsible for the goal in the first period. A Caleb Bussey goal, an assist by David Reisinger off of a shot that he took that hit the end boards, and the bounce coming to Bussey, who buried it. Reisinger along those far boards, trying to get it up to Bussey now, spinning away from a Hilliard player, still along the far boards, now hits his skate, comes to the blue line, and the referee says it was kept in.
Get in position! Come on!
The Warcats finally able to clear the zone. Hilliard sends it back in on the icing, and the whistle's going to bring the puck all the way down into Hilliard's zone. Tid, Fury, and Sean Hunt out there. Hilliard winning the faceoff, brings it back below their goal, and then flips it out of the zone. Chase Nixon to the puck, has it played away from him. Shot save made there by Will Carone. Nixon couldn't handle the flip out of the zone. It took kind of a funny bounce on him, and the Hilliard player able to get an opportunity there. Bailed out again by Will Carone. Now, no hooking called here on Hilliard as the player had his stick all the way around Josh Tidd. But let's face it, the Warcats haven't made the most of power plays anyway. Loose puck now at the blue line. Nixon able to play that away from his own blue line through center ice, and now picked up by Fury. Fury. He winds up, shot save made as he shoots it right into the crest of the Hilliard goaltender, putting a puck mark on the H on the chest of the Hilliard goaltender at 14:03 in the third period. Shalia, Hassel, and Collins out there. Reisinger and Snyder. And Hilliard able to clear the puck through the two defensemen. Snyder trying to get back on it. Will Carone taking no chances. He loses it for the faceoff. And the Hilliard coaches showing their appreciation for the hustle by the Hilliard players who were able to draw a faceoff deep in the Warcat zone. Shalia steps in to take the faceoff. Hilliard wins it, but Warcat's able to get it back, but only to the blue line and not out. That puck sent in and frozen again by Will Carone. And let's face it, the rebounds that have happened in front of him that have ended up in the back of the net, he wants to take no chances. He's freezing everything he can get his glove on. He's trying to hang on to. Another faceoff. Shalia wins this. Now poke the side over to Reisinger. Reisinger behind his own net. Reisinger leaves it there for Collins, who then tries to refeed Reisinger, and now it's Shalia with it. Shalia and offsides as he tries to feed it to Andrew Reisinger. A little bit of bad timing there at the blue line. Shalia was bringing in with speed, and somehow Reisinger got ahead of that play. And offsides, the call. So the faceoff coming just outside the Hilliard zone. Coaches keeping this line out there again for another faceoff. This time Hilliard wins it and sends it in deep. Snyder back to get it. Snyder below his own goal line around the boards to Hassel. Hassel then tries to feed it to Shalia. Stolen by Hilliard, and a monster glove save made by Will Carone, who makes Stevens eat glove. Don't know how that leather tastes, but I know Stevens has a mouthful of it now. Reisinger now steps in to take this face off. He's got Bussy and Hinton with him. Good and Sheely, the defenders. And maybe interference, but again, not called there. Both ways, they didn't call on Hassel earlier. No call there as Reisinger seemed to be getting interfered with. The puck sent in deep by the Warcats. Left there by the goaltender for Hilliard. Now the Hilliard defender breaking it out. Stolen there by Hinton to Bussy at the blue line. Bussy then tried to backhand it around the defenseman. Didn't get enough on it to do it. Hinton, another good play at the blue line. And another able to keep it away from one of Hilliard's leading goal scorers, number 16. Now Hinton, after some good work, heading off in favor of Cedric Collins. Comes back to the defense where Sheely leaves it for Chase Nixon. Nixon gets it out of the zone, but right to Hilliard from the neutral zone. They send it back into the Warcat zone. Sheely back to retrieve. No help there. The Warcats were making some changes. And unfortunately, that kind of hangs Ian Sheely out to dry back there down low. And Hilliard able to keep the puck in deep. Leaving along that half wall, David Reisinger picked it off. And now Collins trying to feed it up to Hassel, who was skating with some purpose out of the zone. And then sent down to the ice. Sheely sends his man down to the ice at the blue line. But Hilliard picks it up and trying to feed it out in front. Played away by the Warcats. Back in by Hilliard, who has to touch back up to stay on side. Pass up on the left side now. Jumps over both Hassel and Shalia's stick, but it goes in deep. Hassel now from the corner. Spinning away from one Hilliard player. Nixon trying to come up on the play. May get beat here as the Hilliard player able to get through neutral zone. Nixon down to the ice, and a good effort to keep the puck away from his own blue line. And we're going to have a penalty here. We have a slashing on Cedric Collins.
Another player.
The Warcats going to try and do this with just 3. Shalia, Reisinger, David Reisinger, Snyder, and
Oh, good play,
Crone.
Santo.
And Shalia on an extra effort able to clear that puck out of the zone. Hilliard with a power play goal in the first period. The only man advantage goal scored this game. Both teams have had chances. Hilliard setting up from the far corner. Now feeding it out to the blue line. Top of the point, now sliding it down left side. Winding up that shot at the outside of the post and goes in behind the net. Picked up there by number 10 for Hilliard, who slides it back down to the goal line, gets a return pass, now top of the point again. Far side. Cross-side feed, goal scored. That player right in the middle of that power play is killing the Warcats. And that was very well executed by Hilliard, and they take a 6-1 lead. 10:27 remaining in the third period of a game that's gotten away from the Warcats. 6 unanswered goals now by the Hilliard Wildcats. And let's face it, the Hilliard Wildcats, one of the top teams in this tournament. I believe the number 3 seed. 12 teams in this tournament. They're the number 3 seed. They finished the league play, OSHL league play, in second place behind the juggernaut of Dayton. And as well as I think that the Warcats can play against them, it just hasn't materialized. And they've played quite a few games against each other, these two. Bussey picking that puck up. Bussey then trying to flip it over to Hinton. Goes a little too far for Hinton. Now near side, Hilliard able to chop it out of the zone. Trying to make a move at the blue line was the Hilliard players sent out of the zone. Now Sheely, nice feed up to Tid. Tid trying to get around the defender. He's held up. And the puck played by the Hilliard defender. Actually a good play there by the defender for Hilliard. Aiden Whaley back to get onto that puck. Hilliard then sends it right to the side of the net where Will Ferrone hangs on for a faceoff. Under 10 to play of this third period. And Hilliard playing with a lot of confidence. Hunt, David Reisinger, and Colin Fury, the forwards. Andrew Reisinger and Aiden Whaley on defense. Andrew Reisinger to that puck, now into the corner to Colin Fury. Fury trying to play it back up to Reisinger. Reisinger then leaves it there for David Reisinger, his brother, at the blue line, kept in by Hilliard. And now finally played over to blue line. David Reisinger picking it up, making a couple good moves. Sean Hunt picks up the loose puck. Hunt now to the backhand, trying to feed something towards the front. And Hunt does a really good job of forechecking, and the coaches reward him with more ice time as he does that. Hilliard now far side. Sends it up to the neutral zone. Andrew Reisinger has a player draped all over him. There's Sean Hunt on the puck again. Brings it in over the blue line and all over the ice. Trying to keep that puck in deep with Sean Hunt. David Reisinger played it in the rest of the way, and Hilliard plays it right back out. Whaley back to retrieve it from his own end of the ice, down below the goal line. Sends it up to David Reisinger. Reisinger stops the puck right before he's able to exit the zone, and then gives a little slash to the Hilliard player. No call there. Thank goodness it was a little ticky-tack, but we've seen it called before. The puck comes out of the zone. Now David Reisinger trying to get beyond the defense. Played back into the Warcat zone. Shalia over to Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger trying to dump it in deep as the Warcats are making changes. Wasn't able to get it in deep enough. Shalia picks off that pass. Shalia on the left side. He pulls up at the blue line. Feeds it over to Cowens. Cowens then is immediately played off the puck. And Hilliard trying to get that puck out. Kept in there by Hassel and then Shalia. Now Cowens with it. Cowens around the defense. Cowens shot. Save made. Cowens was able to walk right in on the goaltender but couldn't finish it. One of the best chances the Warcats have had in a number of minutes. Sheely over to Bryce Wickheiser. Wickheiser. Hard pass up to Hassel. We've seen that 3 or 4 times today. Some rocket passes with players about 5 feet away from each other. Very hard to handle. Wickheiser from the point, and that hits a skate in front and then goes to the far side. Hassel trying to dig that puck out. Comes free to the neutral zone where Ian Sheely sends it back in. Sheely with it now hits a breaking Josh Tidd. Hilliard able to get it away from Tidd and send that puck in on Will Carone. Carone leaves it there for Wickheiser, who has the puck now. Bryce Wickheiser spinning away and sending it back over to Ian Sheely. Sheely and Wickheiser have been out there quite a while. The forwards have made a change. And the defense is probably going to make a change the first chance they get, if they get a chance. They got to get the puck out of the zone. Hilliard keeping it in below that goal line. Now checked off the puck. Ian Sheely doing some good work. But Hilliard still coming up with it. A Hilliard player taking a swipe at Ian Sheely and then running over the same player, Sam Delia, running over Ian Sheely, it looked like. Cross-ice feed, though, doesn't connect. The puck comes out of the zone. Hilliard now has to clear the zone on the delayed offsides. Comes back to Wickheiser. He's been out there for 3 minutes, probably. And there's a whistle behind the play. Under 6 minutes to play now. And the referee, are we going to get a call here of some kind? And, of course, it's on. And it's Ian Sheely, and he was out on the ice a long time, and I don't know if that penalty was a result of that. I really didn't see it. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. Under 6 minutes to play, down by 5 goals and killing off another penalty. Hilliard having just scored their second power play goal of the game just a few minutes ago. So Hinton and David Reisinger, Chase Nixon and Alex Snyder to take this penalty kick. See if Hilliard sets it up the same way. Send a player right into the middle of the ice, right into the middle of that diamond formation that Warcats are trying to play. And when they feed him the puck, he has an open shot. That shot from number 73 just hit right off of David Reisinger's shin guards and out of play, or out of the zone. Far side now, Hilliard bringing that puck in. Dumping it in deep. Going over to play it is Nixon, but Hilliard keeps it in at the point. That shot, kind of a bit of a knuckleball shot from the point. And Carone stays with it and pounces on the rebound for a whistle. Shalia now going to step out there with Cullen Hassel. And Nicholas Crone and Owen Hood, the defenders. Nicholas Crone chops at it, hits the referee's skate and stays in. Crone then to it and able to whip it around the boards. And down the ice has a good play by Nicholas Crone. Now under 5 minutes to play in the third period. Warcats down by 5 goals. First game of the state tournament. That puck is going to be iced by Hilliard on the power play. Trying to make a cross-ice feed. And I don't know if they're just trying to work on something, but it seems really like there's no need for that whatsoever. Saw icing on that all the way. This is what the Warcats do here. This is always curious to me. They change the forwards but leave the defense out. So Bussey and David Reisinger are out there. Still Nicholas Crone and Owen Hood. 45 seconds remaining on the power play for Hilliard, and Hilliard's up 6-1. And there's another feed through neutral zone up to a Hilliard player waiting for it at the blue line. Drop pass, shot, save made. Will Carone. And as has been the case in a lot of third periods for the Warcats, being badly outshot. They only have 2 shots on goal this period, the Warcats do. Hilliard already up to 8. Back to the point for Hilliard, number 51, Sawicki. He's given some room, so he takes the shot, but it hit his own player, I think, number 13 in front, Jackson Gillespie. Then played to the blue line. Saucered across to number 51, top of the point now. Right side shot, save made. Again by Will Carone, who hangs on for a face-off with 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Now a defensive change, but the forwards stay out. It's going to be Andrew Reisinger and Alex Snyder, the defenders, for the remainder of this power play, I would say. David Reisinger able to get to that puck and send it off the glass and down the ice. Warcats will be back to even strength in 5 seconds. Puck comes to Andrew Reisinger, see if he holds on to it to get the extra player out on the ice, and he ends up icing it, actually. Nope. Oh, there's the call. Referee Hoyles behind the play was not going to make the call to start with. But nonetheless, it was icing, and the puck comes down into the Warcat zone. Now skating even strength is Fury, Kidd, Hinton, keeping Reisinger and Snyder out there. Chopping at that puck is Fury near the blue line. Hilliard able to keep it in. Warcats come up with the puck. Hinton leaves it there for Reisinger, who had his back turned to it. Hinton would have been better served just bringing that out of the zone himself. He had a little bit of room. Snyder then falls down on play. Hilliard able to keep it in. Now speeds it in front. Shot goes wide of the net, but that was a good play by Hilliard. And another golden opportunity. There's a shot that was going wide of the net. Hits, deflects off of Will Caron's glove. Reisinger trying to tie his man up and ends up does that and gets to the loose puck. Fury now to it. Around the boards it comes. Kidd, maybe you got a stick on that to get it the rest of the way out of the zone. Hilliard retreats and now tries to bring it back up the ice. Stolen away by Fury, who then backhands it right to the defense of Hilliard. Not sure if he thought that was his only play or not. Snyder deflects that puck towards the Hilliard blue line. Hilliard comes back with the puck into the Warcat zone. There's a shot save made and held on to by Caron. 2:37 remaining of a dismal start in this Buckeye Cup tournament for the Warcats. Hilliard with a 6-1 lead. Shalia, Hassel, Collins, Hood, and Wickizer. Your 5 players for the Warcats. Hassel gets around the defense. Hassel on the left side to the backhand. Shot goes just wide of the net. Here's a shot. Hits the post by Wickizer. Wickizer sending it towards the net from that far half wall. And the puck took a weird bounce and hit the post and then held onto by the Hilliard goaltender. 2:21 now remaining. Third period. Leah steps in, takes the face off. Hilliard able to control it. Around the boards, near side comes the Hood at the blue line. Hood dumps it off the glass down to Collins, who kicks it with his boot. Hilliard able to get to that puck and send it around the far side. Kept in there by Bryce Wickizer, cycling it behind the net to Collins. Collins with it. Collins now far side from the corner. Feeds it back down low, trying to get the return pass from Hassel. He actually had a little opening there, but Hassel fell down on the play. Hilliard able to get to that puck and out of his zone. Hood gloved it down, and it was taken away by a Hilliard player. Popped up in the air by Wickizer. Wickizer gets the loose puck, and the puck comes back down to Collins in his own end. Collins now trying to use his speed to get around the Hilliard player. Taken away by Hassel, it looked like, and then played back to Wickizer. Wickizer, another hard pass to Shalia. Shalia trying to cross ice, feed it to Collins, and then blocked there by Hood in front as it was stolen by a Hilliard player. And there's the Hilliard player dancing with it along that faceoff dot shot and deflected in front and goal scored. A shot from the point deflected in front of the net. And there's your 7-1 score. Hilliard pouring it on. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third. And that makes 7. 2 of those power play goals. So it hasn't all been man advantage stuff. 1:12 remaining. Fury, Bussy, David Reisinger, Ian Shealy, Chase Nixon, the 5 out for the Warcats. With 1 minute to play in this third period. The flex off of Bussy's skate and comes into the Warcat zone with Shealy back to get it. Sheely now near side. He's played off the puck into the corner. Hilliard coming up with it. Trying to dance towards the front of the net was that Hilliard player. The loose puck comes in below the goal line. Chase Nixon to it up the Bussy. It somehow eludes Bussy's stick. And then Bussy kicks it out of the zone. Picked up now by Colin Fury. Kicked that there by Sheely. Sheely then sends it down into Hilliard's zone. That puck was deflected. So there's going to be no icing there. Bussy forechecking it. Trying to keep it into Fury. Fury does get it to the backhand. And now Hilliard able to exit the zone with 15 seconds remaining. There's a shot save made by Will Carone. Rebound. And the Hilliard player was tied up. He couldn't get to it. Under 10 seconds to play. Hilliard looking for goal number 8 here. Get the puck out of the zone. Now they're going to hang on to it. And Hilliard skates away with a 7-1 victory. And that is the last time the Warcats will see these Hilliard Wildcats. The Warcats managing just 2 shots on goal. 12 shots for Hilliard that period. Westerville does 19. Westerville Warcats does 19 shots for the game. 34 for Hilliard. And the numbers that matter, 7 goals for Hilliard, 1 for the Warcats, 7 unanswered, as the Warcats had their first goal of the game and nothing from that point on. So a disappointing start for the Warcats. Tomorrow they take on North Royalton and then the Miami Junior Redhawks. And, of course, the Warcats going to see if they can get themselves a pair of victories. But they're going to have to play a little bit better, and they're certainly going to have to play all 51 minutes in order for that to happen each game. So, from Chiller North here in Lewis Center, this is Sam Schley on SammyVision. Thanking you all for joining me and signing off.